Hey guys, I'm your host Random Guy 12345 and I am back after a long absence from YouTube with my good friend and co-host Agent Two Shot.
Yes, hello everybody, and I'm really happy I'm back.
Now, we have not been making videos for 6 months now, but we are back with something that everyone enjoys, an anime rewind. And I think we've been keeping the audience waiting for too long. So let's just jump right into it. Attack on Titan Season 4. Now, Attack on Titan was heavily criticized for its use of CGI, the change of studios, and the music choices in certain scenes. But the amount of work the animators put in really paid off, as the animation was godly and very smooth. Now, to be honest, it wouldn't be far fetched to say it was the best animated show this year with all the crazy effects, the fights, the fluidity of some of the fights. And in terms of technicality and visuals, it's just the best. No one can beat it. And to top it all off, the story, just like the rest of the seasons, never fails to surprise us as viewers because it's always so intense, so nail biting, and so edge of the seat. Now, part 2 is releasing on the 9th of Jan 2022, so let's get hyped for that absolute hype fest
Yes, I definitely can't wait for the next season of Attack on Titan 4, or at least the next part. But moving on to a more isekai
world, I
world,
guess.
Mushoku Tensei, for me, has to be one of the best animated isekai we've had all year. And not gonna lie, we usually don't like isekai due to the massive plot holes and the recurring themes. But Mushoku Tensei was a breath of fresh air in a diluted market. And for that, we appreciate Mushoku Tensei. The mental health aspect and how it showcased someone who was cast out from society brought a tear to our eyes. And the juxtaposition of the fantasy world and real life was incredible. Definitely a must watch for this year.
You know what was another must watch for this year?
Yes, what was it?
It was Wonder Egg Priority. Now, Wonder Egg Priority is not something that many people would think, oh, it's a must watch. But it's an anime which is quite hard to describe, to be honest. The visuals are weird but amazing. The story is confusing yet compelling. And it deals with suicide and mental health, a growing problem in today's times, and that's amazing. However, the ending was not able to reach the high bar set by the rest of the episodes, which easily outperformed every other series at the time of the airing because it's an anime that no one's ever seen before. It's a completely different idea. If it had a better ending, could have made Wonder Egg Priority the best anime of 2021 without any hesitation. But let's appreciate what we have and what we got, and let this anime be remembered as something good.
Oh, not gonna lie, this season brought out some good isekai. Reincarnated as a slime, my personal favorite isekai of all time. With a lovable main character and a diverse selection of companion characters, it had a pretty interesting concept as well. The comedy aspect never fails to make me laugh, and the fight scenes for a series like this blow other isekai out of the water.
Now, Winter 2021 was a part of this season's anime which had a lot of good titles. An abundance of good titles, to be honest. But it also had an abundance of weird titles for anime. So let's take a look at a few of them. First up, we have So I Got Reincarnated as a Spider, So What? This is basically, well, it's a spider in another world, right?
Mm.
That's okay. And we have Skate Infinity. When you legitimately can't be bothered to make a proper title, so you remember your days in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. Man, those were some banging times. And then we have Tatoeba Last Dungeon, Mae no Mura no Shonen ga Joban no Machide Kurasu Yona Monogatari. Now we're in the mystical spring of 2021. Starting off, we have My Hero Academia Season 5. Ah, My Hero, My Hero, My Hero. The series I love the most in an absolutely trashed condition. Sure, there were some good moments, but it was a season of wasted potential. So many things could have gone well. The joint training arc, the My Villain Academia arc, the Paranormal Liberation front arc, but it all came down to bad pacing and bad execution. Shigaraki scenes were some of the most compelling in the manga, but when it came to the anime, it was pretty much watered down into nothingness. However, some fights were actually good because My Hero is such a big series and the teaser for season 6 has released. So it's a waiting game. Now all we can do is hope because season 6 contains the war arc, and the war arc is one of, if not the best arcs in manga that we've had in the past 2 years. Now, moving on to something that is actually amazing and blew everything out of the water. Let's talk about Tokyo Revengers. It's an anime that blew our minds and an anime that brought new perspectives to how we view anime. Tokyo Revengers is, in my eyes, anime of the year. As someone who has read the manga before the anime aired, I knew it was going to be crazy. But the anime just bought a level that exceeded my expectations on a whole another level. It has beautiful story writing, character development, and literally anything a series can ask for. Takemichi is an amazing character, Mikey is an amazing character, Draken is an amazing character, all with diverse backstories and compelling stories. And their growth goes insane in the future events. If anything, this is the anime to be watching this season.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. But don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro-san. Miss Nagatoro-san is another anime on the weird side, if I say so myself. I was pretty skeptical about this show, and it did receive some hate before it released. But this anime does have a good story and some nice pacing. But what really stands out for me is the character development between Nagatoro and her senpai. A wholesome story and a great watch.
Want to know what else is wholesome? A wholesome story is something that can make you cry. And Your Eternity was a show that made me cry. I'm not even joking. Like, made me sob. It was a great story with a great character cast and great developments. But
A very diverse cast, I must say, if I say so myself.
yeah, it made people cry. And man, what a sob fest.
So, Odd Taxi, a wonderful show. This show is a real ride. Pun absolutely
You
intended.
didn't have to do that.
Oh.
Honestly, you just did.
Well, while at first it's not clear what the viewer is watching, but then you realize how all the taxi rides connect to the main plot and how the main character is connected to all of it. Honestly, it's really hard to describe the show in words. Check it out for yourself. A real masterpiece, if I say so myself.
You know what was another real ride, Agent Two Shot?
What?
Shakunetsu no Kabaddi. Man, when I made the anime about cricket video, I wanted sports to be represented in anime more. And if it was sports which were originated in India or had a huge impact in India, then that's even better. But when Shakunetsu no Kabaddi rolled around, I was surprised. I loved this show not because of its subpar animation, but the comedy and passion behind every scene and every frame. I used to play kabaddi as a kid a lot and it brought back good memories, and it was great to see an amazing sport like kabaddi being represented in an anime sphere. It's a great nostalgia trip and a great show with great characters, but it sacrifices a bit on the animation side. But you know what can you do? It's a series does that a lot of times.
Reincarnated as a Slime, Season 2, Part 2. Well, what can I say? Just another banger. Yeah, pretty much like all the other parts. Personally, I enjoyed it a lot. Nothing much to say.
I enjoyed another series quite a lot as well. It's called The Yakutope on the White Sand. It's another best girl anime. Period. Absolutely love this show with a burning passion and the MC's eyes. They had to die for. My god. And sea animals and water, very cool. See, because in anime, you normally expect things like, oh, a fantastical world where heroes and villains run amok with justice fighting to prevail. But Akuto on the White Sand is set in an aquarium, and people who work at the aquarium are the main characters. So that was pretty, man, that was pretty wholesome and pretty unique. And something else which was absolutely wholesome was Ore Tsushima. I mean, I just love it. It's basically a grandpa and a stray cat with their adventures and their interesting journeys. And the best part is the grandpa is voiced by Luffy's voice actor. The shows that we talked about, sure, they were lacking, but Summer 2021 was not lacking of weird titles. For example, Otome gave no Hamitsu flag Shikanai Ayaku Rejo ni Thinse Shite Shimasta X. What the Kanojo mo Kanojo? A girlfriend. A girlfriend. The show's name is Girlfriend. We're getting really, really creative, are we not? Best girl yet again? Man, we have an abundance of best girls, don't we? On a serious note, though, one of the most highly anticipated rom coms of this year finally came out, and Komi san did not disappoint. The sheer lovability of the characters and the mannerisms makes you, the viewer, blush. Komi-san also captures what it's like to have social anxiety, and the show makes us realize the importance of friendship in our lives. A show for the ages, indeed, because all of the characters are absolutely lovely. Komi-san is lovely, all the other characters are lovely, and the story, perfection. A chef kiss anime.
Merako-chan, a run-of-the-mill anime with some creepy crawlies. It really isn't scary, but it's quite creepy. Definitely one for the family. Uh, and it's kind of amusing to see how the main protagonist tries her hardest not to react to all the creepy crawlies around her. An amusing show, I must say.
Now, Agent Tushar, want to know something else which was amusing for me this season? It was Blue Period. Art. Something I hold very dear to my heart. It's a thing which can never be replaced as it portrays the beauty of the human mind in a way that words can't. As an artist, Blue Period showed me why I had passion for the craft in the first place and to be able to express myself in a way that no one else can. The emotion shown in this series and the journey of the main character shows how big the large picture really is, and it is a series I can relate to on a spiritual level. If you do art or you want to do art, you have to watch this as it does not get deeper than this. So I think that covered all of the anime that we saw in 2021 or the anime that we personally liked. Agent Dushar, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I agree with you. There were some high points and some low points in the anime industry this year, especially with COVID still being around. But I still feel there were some memorable moments this year.
Yeah, there were announcements of lots of amazing shows and other stuff. And I think the lowest point was our hiatus, which the explanation for why we had a hiatus will be coming very soon, trust me. And normal videos will be back on track with a few videos that I feel that you guys would really, really enjoy. So I think that's where we wrapped off today. Have a happy new year and enjoy this time with your family and friends. Make new resolutions, don't break them early, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Stay home, stay safe, and remember, go beyond
Plus
plus
Ultra.
ultra.